Well, hey there guys, thanks for joining us. In today's video, we're going to talk about using the Zoom LiveTrak L-12 recorder, mixer, interface, and God knows what else this thing does. Launches space shuttles, I'd imagine, too. But we're going to talk a little bit how I've used it to record. Well, that's right, guys. This is Rock Hard Riffs, the guitar channel for the self-taught. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, if you happen to be new to our channel, please take a look at some of our other videos, and if this seems interesting to you, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. So again, today, guys, we're going to talk about the Zoom L-12. I've actually used it. I've recorded some stuff with it. Absolutely cool. So I've recorded 5 different tracks. We have drums here. We have rhythm guitar here, lead guitar here, bass guitar there, and keyboards here. Now, one interesting thing you might be asking, well, why put keyboards here? Why put this or that there? If we look over here, this is input 1 and 2. This has a special thing called high Z setting. That's where you can take like a guitar and just plug it straight in from the cable from your guitar straight into the board. Okay, and then you use the high Z thing. But you know what I did was I put my Digitech Trio Band Creator Plus Looper. I wasn't sure where the heck should I plug that thing in, because the instructions tell you put keyboards in these channels. So I did. I put keyboard in this channel and it worked perfectly fine. But they don't talk about any other machines like that like I use. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start plugging them in and seeing what happens. I'll start just pushing buttons. Now, another thing to look at these, it's really pretty simple. Input and everything that has to do with that input, pretty much. This is input. This is output. So everything comes in here. We adjust the level of things that are coming in. This is the volume, and this, or gain, and this is compression. Now, the way I had done it, we're going to hear the music I put through here in just a second, was I maxed out. There's a little light here. On each channel, there's a little light, and that lights up green, yellow, or red. And of course, when it gets too much, it starts lighting up red. So I just back off the volume a little bit. Then I would start increasing the compression depending on what I was putting in there. Then once it started going yellow or red, I just backed off it a little bit and left it right there. So that's how I did it. Interesting, right, guys? So then this is the output side. All of these faders affect everything that goes out, and the master fader. These are my speaker inputs. These are for the monitors that are right here, left and right, so you have stereo. Now let's go ahead and listen to this, and I'm going to let you hear track by track. That's the Trio Band Creator Plus Looper drum part. I just silenced the bass. Now I could record the bass and the drums all in one channel with that if I wanted to. I just didn't. The bass I put in, I played my own bass. I did not use the bass on the looper. So let's put in rhythm guitar. That rhythm guitar, I put very light distortion on it. So this is meant to be a heavy song. I wanted to be able to hear the difference between guitars. So I made one very light distortion and the other one very heavy. Here comes the heavy one. That's the lead guitar. So clear. And you're just hearing that straight from the monitors. Let's add in some bass guitar. Okay, now let's put in some keyboard. I'm going to rewind it and go all the way back to the beginning. Let's go ahead and put in the lead guitar too. listen to that keyboard alone. That keyboard is right here. Just plugged it directly in from the keyboard itself. Direct straight into the board right here. So, as you can tell, I've been having some fun with this thing. This is just so cool. You know, I was originally using a little handheld recorder, the little Zoom H2N or H4N, little small thing. Now, this is just such a huge difference. Now, also, guys, this blue strip that you see here, these are effects and things. Pan, send effects, this is an EQ. And over here, we can select different reverbs and delays and things. So if you want to put those on like a vocal or whatever that is you want to put that. And then you use the effects return here to turn up the volume of it, however much effect you want to put in. So this is like a wet dry slider, if you want to call put it that way. So again, these outputs here, these are for your PAs. These jacks are for headphones. Each one of these can have its own individual setting. Also, what these things do, these scene things, let's say you're going to use this board in a live situation for several bands. Let's say you have like 5 bands. Well, you can do a sound check and set everybody up, each band separately, and save all those settings in this scene aspect of this thing. I mean, how cool is that? This thing just does so much stuff. It also is an interface for the computer, and just, you name it, man. This thing is just really cool, and I'm just barely even scratching the surface with it. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining us here for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can answer, I will. I don't know much, but there you go. But let's go ahead and listen. Let's rock on. We'll see you next video.